Welcome to Lightroom in Focus. My English ain't that good, but I hope my Lightroom skills is better. This first video will go through the interface of the program. And if you already been working in Lightroom, I recommend you to go further to the next video. When you start Lightroom, you probably will see this screen. If you ain't seeing the bars at the sides, you just press tab. Lightroom has different modules. You see here: library, develop, map, book, slideshow, print and web. In this series we will go through library and develop. This is the library module. At the left you get different ways to look at your pictures. Up and top you get a navigator, which shows the picture that is active. If we should take a different one, you will see the different one. And if you have the mouse over a picture, you will see that picture. Here you can choose the different zoom settings. Fit will show you all the picture. 1:1, for example, will show you 1 pixel of the photo is 1 pixel at the screen. Oh, my computer is slow today because I'm recording. Really slow. And you can also have a 2:1 if you want 1 pixel from the photo to be 2 pixels at the screen. 1:1 is a good alternative if you want to look close at the picture. Oh, this is really slow. Yeah. Let it load. And under this you get a catalog. Catalog will show you all your photographs. You can see your synced photographs if you are using Adobe CC and their uploading services, which is really good. And then we get folders. This is the place we will work in the most of the time. It's like directories in Windows, so nothing unusual. If you want to zoom out here, press the button. You also have collections. Collections is like music playing lists. You can take a photo from a folder and put it in a collection. For example, if you want to have the best photos of the year, you can pick them from different folders and put them in a collection. We won't work with the collections so much, but it's a really good feature. Then you have publish services like Facebook and Flickr. If you want to upload a bunch of photos, it's good. At the bottom you got import and export. This is for importing photos and exporting photos. More about that in the next video. In the middle you get a preview window. In the bottom you get a toolbar. If you ain't seeing the toolbar, just press T and you will see the toolbar. At the left you get a grid view if you want to see all the photos. You can zoom in by hold down, control and scroll the mouse wheel. And then we have single view, and you can compare pictures and so on. At the bottom we get a film strip, you can call it. You see the file names, and you have different filter options. You can mark the pictures as picked, reject, and mark them with stars, and setting color labels at them. More about that later. At the right, you get a histogram, the same kind you have in your camera. You can see how the exposure of the picture is. Then we have quick develop. We won't use this in this series because we are working in the develop module, which is much better. Then you get keywording. If you want to add keywords, you can write them in here. A keyword list. More if you want to add keywords. You get metadata if you want to change the copyrights in a picture, and so on. And you get comments if you're working with the creative clouds sharing tools. And then we go into the develop module. At the left we get a bar. In the top we got the same window as in library, the navigator. And then I don't want to do something with that picture, but we go here. We have the presets. It's pre-made developing filters. Like if you want to have a cold preset, you can click it. And the Lightroom with the color preset. Sorry, I guess that wasn't so. We can do, yes, why not? We'll take color. Go in, and if you want different tones, you can see in the navigator at the top what's happening with the picture. And if you press it, the preset will be applied. And you can also use some effect presets. If you want grain, let's put heavy grain on it. I see it will be grainy. And then after presets you get snapshots. It's a way to get, if you want to save a state in the development, you can add a snapshot with this time, create it, and you can always go back to this state later. Then we have history. Here you will see all the development stages. You are importing it. We have reset the settings sometime, then cross processing, and then we add heavy grain. And if you want to go to the, let's say the original, we can click here, but we could also use a reset. Collections is the same as in library. Here you don't have the folders in the development module, so there you get one good reason to use the collections, I guess. In the bottom you got copy and paste. Copy if you want to copy some settings, and paste if you want to paste them. Let's say I want to copy the settings from this picture I have done. I press copy, and then I can go to a different picture and press paste. In the bottom you got a film strip. In the middle, same window as in library. And at the right you got the different tools in Lightroom for developing. At the top you got histogram, same as in library. Then we got a cropping tool. We got a spot removal if you have got blemishes you want to take away. Red eye correction. And you got Radial Filter if you want to make the sky darker, for example. You got a Radial Filter, and you got a brush for brushing different settings. More about this later. Then you got the basic settings, like exposure. You want to do it brighter, darker. You would add to add, if you want to add contrast, you can do it here. If you want to reset a setting, you double click the setting. More about this in the next video. Then you get a tone curve if you want to work with that. More about that later too. Then you have a color module if you want to change a different color. Let's say we want to make the blue a bit darker. And then we have a split toning. I will do a video about that soon. Detail for sharpening pictures. If they ain't sharp, you can sharpen them, which is necessary if you are shooting them raw. And I recommend you to shoot raw and not JPEG in your camera. I got lens corrections. Let's say you are shooting with a wide angle lens and the horizon is getting a bend curve. If you see, it's make a small difference as a picture. And then remove chromatic aberration if you got this purple color defects, and so on. More about that later. Effects if you want to do some vignetting, for example. And then we get camera calibrations if you want to calibrate your camera. The pictures after the camera. This was all for this video.